Oh, you look gorgeous.
I don't look gorgeous, Graham.
Oh, but why do you look 5 years older?
Do I?
Uh-huh. Well, I can't let you go out like this. I mean, people will think you're a movie star. You'll be mobbed.
Oh, that happens to me all the time.
Elizabeth, you're off early.
Slow night at Kelly's?
Yeah, I don't even have to wash that French fry smell out of my hair. Wow, you look nice. No zits, even.
I think I'll just read a book about knitting first.
Graham has an idea about knitting us sweaters.
Really? Are they gonna lock at the waist?
Actually, she's trying to make me a little bit nervous. Do you think it's really as cold as she says it is here in the winter?
Don't worry, he's gonna show up. I mean, who would stand you up, right? And who knows, maybe 4 or 5 guys will show up, and then you can just have your pick.
I think I'm gonna go wait out on the porch.
What's the matter? Can't stand to be in the same room with me?
When you're like this, no, actually, I can't.
Oh, God, I am so sorry that I'm not perfect. I'm sorry I don't have perfect clothes and perfect hair and perfect skin. But you know what you are missing tonight to go with your perfect date? A perfect clue. You don't care who you date, as long as the two of you make a beautiful couple, right?
Is there a point you're trying to make, Liz? Because I don't see it. You know, sometimes you almost have me convinced that you acting so bitter and miserable is actually my fault. But that's not going to happen tonight.
No? Well, I love Gramps, too, you know. He paid attention to me. He laughed at my jokes. He never told me I was too dirty to sit down at dinner.
I know you love Gramps, Liz.
Then why are you dating the nephew of the person who killed him?
You have said some pretty mean things, Elizabeth Weber. But this sets a new low.
Like I really care what you think.
If you didn't care what I thought, then why would you bother making up such a horrible, horrible lie?
It's not a lie. Everyone who's anyone in Port Charles knows that Stefan Cassadine, your precious boyfriend's uncle, killed Gramps. Everyone except you because you don't want to know.
How dare you? You know perfectly well that Gramps died of a heart attack. And it's just awful of you to imply otherwise. I am just so sick of you. You and your sarcastic remarks and your rotten temper constantly with me. You know, what did I ever do to deserve you as a sister?
For heaven's sake, what's all this shouting about?
Prince Charming just fell off his horse.
This has nothing to do with Nicholas. This is about you and your petty jealousy. She just told the most horrible lie about Gramps.
Don't forget he was my grandfather,
All
too.
right, that's enough, that's enough. I happen to be the resident expert on Steve Hardy, so why don't you tell me what was said? Elizabeth? Sarah?
She said that Nicholas's Uncle Stefan killed Gramps. And I told her I was sick of her lies and her tantrums. Graham? What is it? Graham? Please, Graham, don't tell me that this is true.
It's complicated.
I know this is hard for you, Graham, but I have to know the truth. I have to know whether these crazy accusations my sister is flinging about are true.
What do you think? I just made this up?
I'm talking to Graham.
You already know, Sarah, what happened. Your grandfather died of a massive heart attack.
But that's not the whole story, is it?
He's dead, darling. He was here one minute and he was gone the next. That is all I know. As for the whole story, I'm not sure we'll ever know that.
Are you saying it might be true? That Nicholas's uncle might somehow be responsible for Gramps' heart attack?
Whatever Stefan did or didn't do that may have contributed to the stress that your grandfather was under, had nothing whatsoever to do with Nicholas.
Nicholas. Oh, my God. Oh, my God, he's going to be here any minute.
Well, you just run upstairs, splash some water on your face. We'll entertain him until you come down.
No. I can't face him right now. Just tell him I'm sick or something. Tell him I'll call him tomorrow.
Sarah, you're so upset. Maybe you shouldn't take the car.
I have to go somewhere quiet and think, Graham.
Oh, but you were so looking forward to this evening.
I know, Graham, but I can't face him right now. I just can't.
I'm gonna go second.
Don't you dare take one more step. I have no idea where you heard that vicious rumor concerning your grandfather and Stefan Cassadine, but I don't care to know. But what in heaven's name possessed you to repeat it to your sister just moments before she was about to go out with Nicholas?
Well, I was gonna send it by Pony Express, but I figured, hey, why wait?
Don't you use that tone with me. You answer my question.
I figured my sister had a right to know who she was hanging out with.
You know very well that this has nothing to do with Nicholas.
Excuse me, but whose side are you on? This is Gramps we're talking about, your husband. Figured if anybody wanted to keep Sarah from hanging around those smarmy Cassadines, it'd be you.
No one on this earth loved your grandfather more than I did, nor mourned him more, nor misses him more than I do. And I will not allow you or anyone else to use the death of the most wonderful man I have ever known, no matter how it may have happened, to hurt an innocent boy and an equally innocent girl. I am deeply, deeply ashamed of you. I'll get it.
Good evening, Mrs. Hardy. Is Sarah ready?
Unfortunately, Nicholas, Sarah's not feeling well.
Well, what's wrong?
A migraine. She gets them from time to time.
Oh, is she in bed?
No, not exactly.
Well, then where is she?
I really don't know where she is. She went out for a drive. She thought the fresh air might clear her head.
But, Mrs. Hardy, we had a date. We discussed it twice already today. I mean, how could she forget?
Oh, she didn't forget. No, she was here and ready and waiting. But then she got this terrible headache.
Mrs. Hardy, please. I'd like to know what's going on here. If I did anything to offend Sarah, then just tell me.
Oh, well, why don't you just call her in the morning? I'm sure the two of you can straighten things out then. Excuse me.
Liz, what's going on here?
Please. Like you're clueless. If anybody should know, it's you.
Fine. I'll find Sarah and ask her myself.
I'm sorry. I thought I was alone.
Yeah, I know. I almost backed away. Please, you can tell me what's wrong, Sarah.
No, I can't right now. I can't.
Wait, didn't you have a date with Nicholas tonight?
Yeah. But I mean, yeah, but I couldn't go through with it.
Did he do something to make you cry? Because if he did, my hand to God, I will break his neck.
No, Lucky, it wasn't anything like that. I didn't even see him.
How come you're so upset?
Don't ask right now. I can't explain, okay?
Okay. We can just kind of sit. You want to sit down? You want to sit down? Okay.
No, I used to love coming to Port Charles when I was younger. I loved spending time out on the water with my Gramps. We would go fishing every Sunday morning.
Yeah?
He'd wake me up in the pitch dark, and I'd get out of the bed and stumble into my clothes. He always insisted that we had to be out on the water by first light, or the fish would wake up or something. I don't know.
He was right, you know.
Yeah? Gramps would, he'd bait the hooks because I refused to touch the worms, and and then we'd sit there sipping hot cocoa out of our thermos. We never talked much, but we never had to. I love my grandfather so much, and now that he's gone, I just feel like I don't belong here anymore.
Oh, don't say that, Sarah. Don't even think that.
Oh, Lucky, things are so wrong, and I don't think that they're ever going to be right.
No, don't.
Yes. Ah, well, thank you very much for calling. Bye-bye.
What's the matter? Is she okay?
That wasn't Sarah. That was someone from the hospital. Where's Nicholas?
Oh, he ran off to go find Sarah. Probably to give her some phony baloney story.
I really had just about enough of you.
Me? I don't understand why you're so upset. Graham, I'm sorry I blew Sarah's big date, but what was I supposed to do? Keep it all inside?
If you were really concerned about what was true and what wasn't, you would have come to me in private. But instead, you deliberately tried to hurt your sister. And you succeeded.
Well, everybody's got to be good at something.
You know, Elizabeth, I was really wrong about you. I thought all this sulking and bad temper were merely growing pains. But I can see it goes much deeper than that. Because only a truly angry person would strike out at her own sister the way you did tonight. This is a very sad day. Not only for Sarah and Nicholas, but for you as well. A very, very sad day indeed.
It's just before dark. This little girl comes up to me. And she asks, can I use your fishing pole? And I say to her, you know, real authoritative, because I want her to go away. I say, it's not a fishing pole. It's a dual reel spin caster. And she just stands there. And she stares at me with these puppy dog eyes.
And you're a sucker for puppy dog eyes.
Well, they get me every time.
So what happened?
Well, she takes my rod. She casts it out there just once. She hooks a 40-inch northern pike.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
So did she win that plastic trophy thing?
She got her picture on the front of the newspaper. You ever seen a 40-inch northern pike? They're huge. They're very big.
Thank you, Lucky.
For what?
For cheering me up. I want you to know I really appreciate it.
Well, I just hate to see you think that you don't belong here, because you do, Sarah. You know, by next week, you're gonna make a lot of new friends. You take your mind off whatever. School starts next week. You do.
Oh.
You do remember school, don't you?
Oh, right. I can't believe the summer's already over.
Well, we're gonna have a blast at school. You know,
Yeah.
and the best part is, you don't have to deal with Nicholas because he's got his own private tutors.
Not anymore.
Say what?
Yeah, Nicholas told me that he was gonna go to PC High this year.
Really?
But, you know, it's not getting Nicholas right now.
I'm all for that.
Oh, well, it's getting kind of late. I better go because Grim is gonna want me.
I could walk you.
Actually, I drove.
No.
Lucky. Thank you. You're a real friend.